Have you ever wondered how doctors figure out if someone has ADHD? Maybe you've heard about ADHD before, how it makes it hard to focus or sit still or stay organized. But how do doctors actually know if an adult has ADHD? They don't use a blood test or an X-ray. Instead, they use something called ADHD self-report scale. Don't worry, I'll break it down in a super simple way. Okay, so step one, what is the ADHD self-report scale? It's a list of questions that help adults to figure out if they might have ADHD. See it like a quiz that checks how someone acts, how they think, and how they react in their daily life. If they score high, it means that they might have ADHD and they should talk to a doctor for a full checkup. The quiz will ask you questions in two main areas. Number one, inattention, trouble focusing, forgetting things, losing stuff. Number two, hyperactivity or impulsivity. That's feeling restless, you act before you think, you talk a lot. So those two areas, problems with attention and problems with hyperactivity. Okay, so doctors use this scale to see if a person's struggles sound like ADHD or something else. Step two, the questions in the ADHD test. In this report scale, it has 18 questions that will help your doctor to understand how your brain works. Okay, so we'll go over some of these questions so you can see what they look like. Number one, inattention question. Trouble focusing and remembering stuff. So they'll ask you things like, do you often forget to do things, even important ones? For example, forgetting your homework, missing meetings, or not paying your bills on time. Do you often lose things you need, like your keys, your phone, your wallet? ADHD brains are really great at misplacing stuff. They'll ask you, do you struggle to pay attention when people are talking to you? Your brain might be hearing the words, but they don't always stick. Do you often start tasks, but you never finish them? Like you start a project, but you get distracted halfway through it. Then they'll ask you questions around hyperactivity and impulsivity, restlessness, acting fast, that sort of thing, okay? So do you feel like you have to keep moving even when you're supposed to sit still? Like you're bouncing your legs, tapping your fingers, always needing to stand up? Do you talk a lot, sometimes too much? People with ADHD often jump into conversations or overshare without meaning to. Do you interrupt people when they are talking? Not on purpose, it's just the way your brain moves super fast. Do you do things without thinking about the consequences, like buying something expensive without checking your money first? Then the next step is to see how doctors use this test. So after you've answered all these questions, if you answer yes to a lot of them, it might mean that you have ADHD. If you only answer yes to a few of them, your struggles might be from something else, like stress or anxiety. If you're stressed or anxious, you can forget things, you can misplace things, you can be restless. It doesn't mean you have ADHD. But if your answers match ADHD symptoms, then you need a full checkup with a doctor. The doctor will ask more questions, will check your history, and make sure that ADHD is a real problem, not something else like anxiety or depression. Okay? So ADHD can be tricky to spot in adults because they've learned to, as an adult, you've learned to hide your struggles. You as an adult might think you're just being lazy or forgetful, but ADHD is not laziness. People don't realize that ADHD doesn't go away as you grow up. So that's why this test helps adults to understand their brain better and find ways to make life easier. So what happens after the tests? If an adult does have ADHD, they can get help. Here is what can help them. Number one, medication. That can help their brains to focus better. Two, therapy. Therapy teaches them tricks to stay organized and manage their emotions. Things like routines and reminders will help them remember stuff like alarms or sticky notes or planners. All this can help them to remember stuff. Exercise helps ADHD brains to stay calm and focused. So ADHD isn't a bad thing. It just means someone's brain works in a different way. With the right help, they can actually do amazing things. So now you know how doctors check for ADHD in adults. It's not a blood test, it's not a brain scan. It's all about understanding how someone thinks and acts in their everyday life. If you know someone who struggles with focus, with organization, or feeling restless all the time, they might have ADHD and not even know it. So the test will help figure out if that's the case. Thanks for watching. Please hit like and subscribe for more easy to understand health videos, especially as we cover this ADHD series. And I'll see you back in my next video.